Ian,
Pat.
Star Wars, trending #1 right now. Do you want to watch the trailer? We'll discuss it.
Let's do it. I've never seen it.
You've never seen Star Wars ever?
Ever. Not one. Not a Star Wars.
Did you see the new ones at all?
I did. I liked them.
You saw Last Jedi?
I liked The Last Jedi better than Force Awakens.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's play this. Is the volume up here?
I didn't think it was an amazing movie, but it was fine. It was a Star Wars.
It was a Star Wars?
It's an instinct.
Closed captions on?
A feeling. The Force brought us together. We're not alone.
That was Lando.
People will fight if we lead them.
The gold tree.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
But I do.
Wet Kylo.
Kylo wet.
Long have I waited. And now you're coming together. Is your undoing.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir. At my friends.
Aww. You rolled your eyes. Good shot.
Confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi. Your destiny.
Horses?
Ooh, a B-wing. I saw.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The Force will be with you.
Always.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. The last Star Wars movie with, well, at least in that galaxy, they're going to do more Star Wars movies, but it's not going to be Skywalker or Rebel Alliance versus the Empire. Ian, are you excited for Star Wars?
I mean, in the way that I'm excited for every Star Wars movie, which
You're
is
not a big
that
Star Wars fan.
I will watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't see Force Awakens, Rise of the Jedi,
In theaters,
Return of
you've
the Jedi. What the fuck was the second one?
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Did you see the last movie?
I didn't see that one in theaters. I finally did watch it. Like I think I mentioned on the podcast. I watched it about 6 months ago, and I was like, "Hey, this is a fine movie. It's okay. It's fine. I have no fucking
It's not a classic.
I have no issues with it.
It's not the worst movie ever.
But yeah, it's hard for me with Star Wars, I think, to expect anything more than it was cool. I like it.
Thing.
But this, I like the characters they've introduced in this movie. I like Finn. I like
Poe.
I like Rey. I like Poe. I like them. I would like to see how it finishes. The Kylo Ren stuff, I like it. I hope more than anything I watch a trailer like this, and I just hope to God that the fans are fucking happy in some way, shape, or form, because I don't want to goddamn hear it after this movie. I don't.
I'm sort of
That's
where
I'm
tired.
burned out. That's what I'm burned out on.
I'm not burned out. I'm sort of tired. And what this trilogy has done, you can say the prequel trilogy didn't do this as much. This third trilogy has exposed just how thin this universe is in terms of what you can do with it. I mean, it's still the same.
Right.
Evil empire versus ragtag group with lightsabers all the fucking time and ship battles. I mean, I understand that's what Star Wars is built upon, but how many movies can you do until enough? We've seen the same story again.
Yeah,
and
I'm not
again.
arguing that stuff's bad, because it's not bad at all. It's fun, but we don't like.
It has to end, though, at some point. To me, it has to.
Oh yeah, it does.
And I'm a huge Star Wars. I mean, come on. I collected the toys. Come on.
That's I looked at that trailer, and I'm more interested in that than
I'm interested in. I want to see how it ends. I want to see how they retcon some. They claim they're not retconning some stuff from Last Jedi. Oh yes, they are. You only see Rose on screen in the trailer for like a second, and she was a semi-important character in the Last Jedi. And obviously the Emperor thing has come out of nowhere for this third movie, and people are like, "Oh, this is cool. We get the Emperor back because he's an awesome character." And we killed off the other guy in the middle of the movie, anticlimactically. Snopes or whatever the hell his name is. Snoke. Snopes is the website. But big space battle check, Forest check, Lando check, Emperor check. It's Return of the Jedi. So every movie has been a retread in some form of the original trilogy.
Yes,
it has been elements. The end of Last Jedi was Hoth, except it wasn't ice; it was sand. You know, they haven't been able to. That's the one thing about Lucas, that Lucas, even though he went too far in some places, as he admits, he at least went radically off the rails in the prequels to do something that we really didn't see before in the original trilogy.
Yeah,
he failed because it was too far, but this is overly familiar to me versus that was radically weird with stuff like Jar Jar that totally missed the mark.
Yeah, it hits too many familiar beats, and even just looking at that trailer, I go, "Oh, this is the Return of the Jedi."
Yeah. We're gonna have a big ship battle while Rey faces the Emperor. You know what I mean? So I'm excited, but I've seen the people saying, "Oh, I'm crying over this." I'm just like, I wish I still had that sort of in my heart. I just don't anymore.
Well,
it's gonna be fun. And J.J. Abrams is a good director.
I have to say, I think no differently about someone who is like that. I wish I still felt that way about some movie or something like that. Like, I get it. It's not doing it for me. It hits the beats. It's trying to tug on the heartstrings. It's fine, but it is doing it in the, I think, the most obvious way.
It's Return of the Jedi 2 to me. That's
Luckily, Return of the Jedi was my favorite of the original trilogy, so hopefully this will be my favorite of this one.
It wasn't mine, but it wasn't a bad movie. It just didn't stack up with the other ones, at least to me, because I hated the idea of having a second Death Star. And obviously the Ewoks to me was weak, and that was a marketing move. And it was like, oh, we didn't see the Ewoks in here. Cross your fingers, maybe they'll come back. Now, if the Ewoks come back, all bets are off. I'm gonna trash this movie if there's Ewoks. If they somehow fit Endor into this,
I want a fucking Ewok.
You want a fucking Ewok?
I want.
You want to clarify? You want to clarify that statement?
I want a fucking Ewok in the movie. I would like to see you know, I'm just gonna drop the expletive. I would like to see an Ewok in the movie.
There goes our analytic. There goes suppressing our video because of the cursing and the ads. I mean, that's a thing, but whatever. It's Ewoks. Yeah, I think that'd be exciting. I want to see how it ends up. It's supposed to be the longest movie out of all the Star Wars. It's like 2 hours 35 minutes. The Last Jedi was over 2.5 hours. That was way long. But this is going to tie it up. And the one thing I'll say about this character is I really think they dropped the ball in two ways. They've had a lightsaber battle in all the movies between Kylo and Rey, which they should have waited, I think, at least for that. So it's like, but at this point, it's like the third or fourth time they're having a lightsaber battle. It's like, it just doesn't feel the same way as, you know, you waited until Empire or Luke got his ass kicked at least at the end of the second movie because he was undertrained. In this movie, they sort of were even in the first movie. And then the second movie, Rey gets more powerful and she's more powerful. Mary Sue, et cetera, if you want to go down that path.
No.
The first time I heard the term Mary Sue. But I think they really dropped the ball with Finn in particular. Finn really didn't do that much in the second movie when you think about it.
No.
Poe didn't do that much in the first movie.
No.
Poe disappeared for the middle hour of that movie. So that's what I mean about they don't have the built-in camaraderie that Leia, Han, and Luke did because they were always palling around together in the first movie, and then there always were groups of them in the second and the third. Yes, they got split up. We really haven't had that experience with these three characters where they're together for a chunk of a movie.
Right.
And I think that's been to the detriment. I don't think these characters...
I think that could be to the positive of this movie, though. That's what I think.
Well, they're finally together?
I'm hoping that's what the payoff is you get to see them together.
But you want to see them together to build up the familiarity.
No, I get it.
I don't see in the future, I just don't see the love for these three characters as the original three. I don't think you would have saw it anyway, but they haven't earned it. They haven't been like... those interactions between the three of them, the interaction in the Death Star trash compactor scene is brilliant between the three of them. It almost sounds semi-ad-libbed some of the lines.
Yeah, and
that sort of chemistry you had not seen to that extent with these three characters in this because they haven't been together. So hopefully that's a thing going forward. So like I said, I'll be there. maybe not opening day, but because the tickets sold out quicker than Endgame supposedly. They sold out a ton more of them. But I'll be there sometime during the weekend. We'll go at a midnight showing over here. Hopefully not the second row.
Yeah, I'll go see it. Like I said, I didn't see Last Jedi in theaters. And I do like. I mean,
I love space battles.
Oh, I was gonna say I love being surrounded by lasers and whooshing spaceships. So I mean, I do. I don't want people to think I'm overly negative on this. In fact, my lack of enthusiasm is more just like it's more of a it's gonna be fine, not it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be fine.
I just wish that in retrospect, I don't think a lot of people years from now will be like, what could have been if they actually did like the Admiral Thrawn trilogy, or something that was well established that you had people loved like 20 years ago that you could have drawn upon more for something totally different. I mean, obviously they didn't use any of Lucas's ideas. By the way, shout out to our friend Yoshi, who worked on the Death Star. So like when you see him fight on the Death Star and all the images, that's Yoshi plugging away in a CG station doing that. Good job, my friend Yoshi. All right, moving on.